Good day everyone. Our topic for today is all about standard deviation in 3 different ways for group data. So let's start. Here's our given. Determine the standard deviation of the following set of data. A researcher in Bulacan College would want to make a survey in school about their grades in statistics. In the table are the scores of selected 50 students. Also, na-organize na rin natin yung data into a frequency distribution table. And now, our goal is to find the standard deviation of group data and in particular, gagawin natin siya in 3 different ways. Yung first method natin, gagamitin natin yung formula na S is equal to the square root of the summation of F multiplied by X minus the mean raised to 2 all over N minus 1. And our second method, hindi tayo gagamit ng mean. So yung ating formula, S is equal to the square root of N times the summation of F times X squared minus the summation of F times X raised to 2 all over N times N minus 1. And kung mapapansin, itong unang dalawang method natin ay related dun sa pagkuha ng standard deviation ng ungrouped data. Kung napansin, nadagdagan lang siya ng frequency. Okay? And the third method is also known as decoded deviation. So we have S is equal to I, or the class size, times the square root of N times the summation of F times D squared minus the summation of F times D raised to 2 all over N times N minus 1. Okay, so let's start the first method. On our table, kailangan muna natin ay hanapin yung mean. Kasi kailangan natin dito yung X minus mean. Because our standard deviation is the average distance of the data value to our mean. So of course, kailangan mo ting hanapin yung ating mean. So kailangan natin yung X o yung ating class mark. So paano ba natin kinukuha yung class mark? Ina-add natin yung lower class limit dun sa upper class limit and dinidivide sa 2. So we have 51 plus 55 divided by 2, we get 53. And then 56 plus 60 divided by 2, we get 58. And it keeps going until we get 88. Now, ito yung pattern kapag class mark. Though nasabi ko na to before, pero ina-add lang natin siya ng 5. Ano yung 5 na yun? Yung 5 yun yung ating class size. Yung class size, yun yung bilang ng score within the interval. So we have 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So we have 5 score, kaya yung ating class size is 5. So yun lang ina-add natin sa ating class mark. Next sa table natin, ang kailangan natin is F times X. Now, anong gagawin? I-multiply yung frequency dun sa class mark. So, we have 4 times 53, we get 212. 3 times 58, we get 174. Nagawa natin siya before, kaya bring down lang natin siya hanggang makaabot tayo ng 704 or 8 times 88. Next, kailangan natin kunin yung sum ng column ng F times X. So, we have 212 plus 174 plus 252 hanggang 704 and we get 3,640. Now to get the mean, we have the summation of F times X all over N. So we have 3,640 divided by kung ilan lahat sila, which is 50. 3640 divided by 50 and we get 72.8 and that's our mean. Now the next entry dun sa table natin is X minus mean kasi yun yung kailangan natin sa ating formula. So, we have X minus the mean. Ano yung X natin? Yung class mark. Ano yung mean natin? 72.8. So, ang gagawin lang, 53 minus 72.8. And we got negative 19.8. Next, 58 minus 72.8. We have negative 14.8. 63 minus 72.8. We got negative 9.8. And it keeps going hanggang makarating tayo sa 15.2 or simply 88 minus 72.8. Again, meron tayong makikitang pattern dyan. So, negative 19.8 plus 5 is negative 14.8 plus 5 again. Negative 9.8 plus 5 again. And actually, nag-a-add lang tayo ng 5. At ano yung 5 na yun? Yun yung ating class size. Okay? Now, next entry sa ating table must be X minus mean raised to 2. Kasi yun yung kailangan natin sa ating formula. I-square lang natin or i-multiply sa sarili yung negative 19.8 and we got 392.04. Next, negative 14.8 multiply sa sarili, and we got 219.04. Negative 9.8 times negative 9.8, we got 96.04, and gagawin natin yan hanggang makarating tayo sa 15.2 times 15.2. Next, ang kailangan natin, nakamultiply siya sa frequency. Therefore, yung x minus mean squared, i-multiply natin sa frequency. So, anong gagawin? 4 multiplied by 392.04. And we get 1,568.16. Next, 3, the frequency, multiplied by 219.04, and we get 657.12. And gagawin natin yan hanggang makarating tayo sa pinakaibaba, which is 8 multiplied by 231.04. Next, kailangan natin kunin yung sum. So we have the sum of f times x minus mean raised to 2 is equal to 5,398. Now, we are now ready to find the standard deviation. Now, yung ating first formula na gagamitin is the square root of the summation of f times x minus mean squared all over n minus 1. I-substitute lang natin yung mga value na nakuha natin. So, we have the summation of f times x minus mean squared. Ito yung 5,398 all over 50 minus 1. Now, yung n natin must be 50 kasi ito ay 50 students. Okay? Next, gamit tayo ng calculator. We have the square root of 5398 all over 49, and we get 10.49586896, and so on and so forth. Next, round up natin. 2 decimal places lang yung kailangan natin. So, we have 10.49. Since 5 yung kasunod, madagdagan ng 1. So, this becomes 10.5. And we're done. Now, ano ibig sabihin ng 10.5? 10.5 is the average distance of your data value to the mean. And that's it. Now, let's move on to our second method. Kung medyo nahirapan ka dito sa method number 1, kasi kadalasan meron tayong makukuhang decimal talaga dito, sa second method natin, madalang yung decimal. So, simulan natin. Yung kailangan lang natin dito sa table is yung column for the frequency, for the class mark, and yung product nilang dalawa. Also, ang kailangan din natin dito ay yung x squared. So, paano kukunin yung x squared? Yung value ng x o yung ating class mark, i-squared lang natin or multiply sa sarili. So, 53 squared, we got 2,809. 58 squared, we got 3,364. 63 squared, 3,969, and it keeps going hanggang makarating tayo sa 88 squared. Next, ang kailangan pa natin dito ay nakamultiply yung f dun sa x squared. So, i-multiply lang natin yung f, yung frequency, dun sa ating x squared. So, we have 4 times 2,809, and we get 11,236. Next, 3 times 3,364, and we got 10,092. 4 times 3,969, we get 15,876, and it keeps going hanggang makarating tayo sa 8 times 7,744. Next, kailangan natin kunin yung sum. So, we get 270,390. Now, since kompleto na yung ating table, ready na natin kunin yung ating standard deviation. And tingnan natin kung makukuha natin ay the same thing kagaya ng ating first method. So, we have the formula. The square root of n times the summation of f times x squared minus the summation of f times x raised to 2 all over n times n minus 1. Now, summation of f times x squared, ito yung 270,390. Summation of f times x, ito yung 3,640. And yung n natin is equal to 50. Now, isubstitute na natin, we get the square root of 50 times 270,390 minus 3,640 squared all over 50 times 50 minus 1. Simplify natin yung numerator and denominator. We get 269,900 all over 2,450. Next, kunin natin yung square root and we get 10.49586896 and so on and so forth. And for sure, familiar sa inyo yung number na nakuha natin. And pag ni-round off natin, we get 10.5. And again, our standard deviation is 10.5. Yung first method natin, umabot tayo ng 1,000. Yung second method natin, umabot tayo ng 100,000. Paano pa kaya yung third method natin? So, siguro, excited na kayo. Umabot tayo ng nasa million. So, simulan natin. Now, yung ating third method, tinatawag din siyang coded deviation. Paano ginagawa yun? So, una, kailangan natin ng column para sa D. Ito yung coded deviation natin. First thing, pipili tayo ng frequency kung saan itatapat natin yung 0. Now, personally, ako, palagi kong ginagawa, kung saan yung may pinakamataas na frequency, doon ko nilalagay yung 0. Para at the end, kung i-multiply ko man siya doon sa frequency, yung malaking number, magiging 0 lang siya. Okay? Kaya dyan ko lalagay yung 0. Now, kung mapapansin, yung ating mga class interval, mula kay 66 to 70, pababa ay pataas. Ibig sabihin, mula kay 0, pataas din yan. So, yung susunod, we have 1, followed by 2, followed by 3, and followed by 4. So, paano naman yung kabilang side? So, we have negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. Ito yung kinaganda kapag coded deviation yung ginamit mo. Kahit saan mo ilagay yung 0, okay lang. Same pa rin yung makukuha ang sagot. Okay? So, let's move on to the next column. Kailangan natin ng F times D. So, multiply lang natin. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. 3 times negative 2 ay negative 6. 4 times negative 1 ay negative 4. And so on and so forth. Hanggang makarating tayo sa 8 times 4 or 32. Next, kailangan din natin ng D squared. So, i-squared lang natin yung ating D. We have negative 3 squared or 9. Negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. And it keeps going hanggang makarating tayo sa 4 squared or simply 16. Next sa table natin, kailangan natin ng F times D squared. So, multiply lang natin yung frequency dun sa ating D squared. So, yung first column, 4 times 9, we get 36. 3 times 4, we got 12. 4 times 1, meron tayong 4 dito. 10 times 0, we have 0 and keeps going hanggang makarating tayo sa 8 times 16. Next, ang kailangan natin, i-add natin yung column ng F times D. So, we get the summation of F times D is equal to 48. I-add lang natin lahat sila. Next, kailangan din natin kunin yung sum ng column ng F times D squared. So, we have 262. Next, meron na tayong summation of F times D. Ito yun, sa ating formula. Meron na rin tayong summation of F D squared. Ito yung sa ating formula. Next, sa formula natin, kailangan natin ng N. Yung N natin yung total number of sample. And alam natin kung ano yung N natin, which is 50. Next, yung I, kailangan din natin ng I, yung ating class size. Yung class size, alam natin yan, which is 5. So, paano nga kinuha yung class size? From 51 to 55, ilang score yun? So, we have 5. 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. Or simply, kung nalilito kayo, tingin lang kayo dun sa magkasunod na upper class limit. So, 60, saka 55. 60 minus 55, makukuha nyo yung 5. And automatic, yun na yung ating class size. Okay? Next. Kompleto na yung data natin, pwede natin kunin yung standard deviation using our third method. Okay, ito yung ating formula. S is equal to I, yung ating class size, multiply by the square root of N times the summation of F times D squared, minus the summation of F times D raised to 2 all over N times N minus 1. I-substitute na natin lahat ng mga values. We have 5 times the square root of 50 times 262. Ito yung summation of F times D squared. Ito yun, sa bandang huli. Minus 48 squared. Ito yung ating summation of F times D. All over 50 times 50 minus 1. Next, simplify natin yung nasa loob ng square root, yung numerator and denominator. We get 10,796 all over 2,450. Next, kunin natin yung square root. So, we have 5 times yung square root ng 10,796 all over 2,450 is 2.099173793 and so on and so forth. Next, multiply natin by 5 and we get 10.49586896. And again, familiar na naman sa atin itong number na to. Round up natin into 2 decimal places, we get 10.5. And again, 10.5 is the average distance of the data value to your mean. And we're done.